Hey everyone, happy Monday, September 8th. I'm Endrit Sella, and this is Capital Markets Quickie. Let's jump into what's driving the week ahead. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. So, the first big thing on the calendar is inflation. On Thursday, we get the Consumer Price Index for August. This will be the last major inflation read before the Fed meets on September 17th to decide whether to cut rates. And let's be real, the pressure is on. Jobs data has shown some softening, inflation has been sticky, but not as bad as feared, and markets are betting the Fed could finally pull the trigger on its first cut this year. Now shifting to tech, Apple is expected to unveil the iPhone 17 tomorrow. And not just one model, we're talking multiple versions, including a slimmer design reportedly called the Air, and, of course, some new Pro models. Whenever Apple launches a new device, it's not just about the phone, it's about supply chains, accessory makers, and the broader tech ecosystem. Also in tech this week, there's a major investment conference hosted by Goldman Sachs, and some of the biggest names are presenting. NVIDIA kicks things off today, Meta and Broadcom are set for tomorrow, and Microsoft steps in Wednesday. Investors will be glued to updates on artificial intelligence spending and chip demand. On the earnings front, Oracle reports tomorrow after closing some pretty big deals earlier this year. Adobe is also expected to update investors, with everyone watching to see if demand for AI-powered products is still growing. And then there's GameStop, the original meme stock darling. They report tomorrow as well, after a disappointing prior quarter where revenue fell 17% and they announced plans to raise new funding. Traders will be watching whether there's still momentum behind the story or if the shine is fading. So yeah, between inflation data, the Fed's rate outlook, Apple's iPhone launch, big tech updates, and earnings from Oracle, Adobe, and GameStop, it's one of those weeks where headlines could move markets in a hurry. Alright, that wraps up today's Capital Markets Quickie. Join me again tomorrow morning for more market updates. See you then.